Dude, you could read forever on the shady shit done around sports gambling. I really could make a whole separate episode, and maybe I will, on the 10-year period, the very methodical plan they had to make all of America and all sports fans who had been against gambling for decades to switch. It really is planned, calculated. And now it's everywhere. And now you have 15-year-old kids in Gamblers Anonymous. Now you have like suicide spiking in New Jersey because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand sports gambling can be fun if you can control it, but a lot of people are getting fucked over by it. And it was a very specific and clear plan to undermine decades of law and make it palatable. I love gambling, but all these efforts to shove it down my throat is turning me off. Like I should be the master of my own misery. Dude, I agree with you. I like to gamble. I've told many stories of me gambling. I like gambling here and there. I like making a wager, but I hate endless gambling ads. I hate gambling on your phone. People can lose all their money in a second, constantly be drained. I hate like parlays where they hide the odds so they can convince some dumb kid to. It's terrible. My dad loves to bet on sports. He's done it his whole life, but he does $5 a game with his best friends. He has net lost $10 in his life. You know, they've always net out to 50-50, basically over decades. He just does it for the fun. He likes to be able to brag. Like, I got you on that one. It's just crazy. People are like using it as a way to actually make money. They think they have some edge. And then there's all these like tricks they use to hook you in. But it's been so good for profits for the sports leagues, so they love it now. They used to hate it. They used to try to regulate it and stop it and ban it, and now they love it. Why don't leagues make their own streaming platform to capture all the income from viewers? Extremely difficult and expensive. They've tried it. I think the MLB tried it. They tried making a streaming service. It's hard. People don't want to use your shit. Technical challenges are hard. You know, it's slow or it's down or you don't get it set up correctly or you don't, whatever. People don't want to pay for it. F1 does it. And people have tried it. Don't get me, they've tried it, but like, at the end of the day, they have to sell the rights to a bigger platform that has more users. The casual fan is not going to be buying a specific service. It's pretty much only for high end. Can you explain how trading players works? They can just uproot 80's life and make him move to Texas? Yeah, of course. That part's not even that crazy, bro. That's very normal in all of sports. Like, that's a part of the contract. Obviously, if he's super unhappy there, he'll request a trade and try to get out of it and not perform at his best, and they'll probably get rid of him. But yeah, they can uproot you. But, you know, having a healthy trade system does work to keep the league balanced if it's not done with shady deals like this that always seem to end up favoring the ones for the best ratings. Why didn't they trade for Bronny? As I said, they don't care about winning. If they cared about winning, they would trade Luka for Bronny 1-for-1, and Bronny would carry the Mavs to 10 championships. But they don't care about winning. They only care about sitting on their asses and collecting money. Can you explain how the amortization point they can claim the champion? Yeah, it's like it's like, you know when you buy a car, the value of the car drops the second you drive it off the lot. So let's say you spend $100,000 on a car and it's immediately worth $80,000. As you use it more, the value goes down. So you can quantify that on your taxes and claim depreciation. Basically that the things you bought earlier, you're actually claiming it as losses. So you didn't actually lose 20 grand, but you're saying I lost 20 grand because my car that I bought for work lost value over time, right? It's a kind of an accounting trick. So they do that for everything. They do that for like aging players on their team. They do that for like stadiums. They do that for like anything you can buy as a team. They're like, oh yeah, well, it's worth less this year because it's getting older, so we can claim a loss. And so that's hundreds of millions of dollars they're claiming as a loss in their taxes that they can then use to offset some of their other income to pay less taxes. It's rich people hacks, and it's fucked up. It's one of the, you know, many loopholes you can get really creative with if you have a tax lawyer, which is why it's fucked up, which is why it like advantages the rich over regular people. Can I write off my student loans as depreciating assets since I haven't got a job? I mean, you're joking, but yes, not a depreciating asset because student loans are not an asset. You can write off the amount you pay on student loans against your income. You can deduct your interest expense. You should be doing that. Same with mortgage. You know, if you have rent, you can't deduct that from your taxes. But if you have a mortgage and you're paying interest expense on your mortgage, you can deduct that. It's the way the tax system benefits homeowners over regular renters. It's OP. There's many ways our system is set up to benefit certain classes of people, basically the rich and the landowners that just systematically benefit a little bit or a lot over a long period of time. But we're not as bad as Australia, I'll tell you that. I'm a European, I don't ever get gambling ads. Is it legal where you are? I feel like there's spots in Europe where they're also deluged with gambling. UK has tons of gambling ads. Maybe Germany doesn't? There you go. Like there's I'll call it soccer. Thank you very much. There's tons of soccer gambling ads in the UK. They do the same thing. They do parlays, they do all that shit. It's football. Australian gambling. I mean, Australia is like the gambling country. I don't know the stat, but like Australia's the most gambling addicted country per capita of anywhere in the world. They have insane gambling addiction. They got the pokies. They have like slot machines at every place called Pokies. Lucky. You're jealous? You wish you had more slot machines per square mile? Lucky ass Australia gets to gamble all the time. Did you see Chibi talking about his gambling phone plan in New Zealand? No, I never heard about that. Find me the clip. Librarian, I need the clip. Oh, we got it.
Chibi paid for his phone outright, and he doesn't have a phone plan. So essentially, he has his phone bill monthly is $0. What he does to get data, I swear to you, this is what he said. Every day he goes to his telecom app and they have a slot machine, and you spin the slot machine and it presents you with 3 daily deals. So sometimes you'll spin it and it'll be like 250 minutes of calling within New Zealand for the next 7 days for $2.99. And he's like, swipe, I don't want it. But eventually you go through like enough of those unlimited texting for 6 days for $4, blah, 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 blah. Eventually you'll get to like 1 gigabyte of data per day for $1.99. And then he buys that and he has data for 1 week.
That's so incredible. That is the future. So I don't know if anybody old heads remember, I had a short story that I wanted written. I explained the idea of the short story to chat, and then some people on the Reddit wrote the idea of it, but it was a short story set in the future, or it starts out with a woman receiving her paycheck, and it's a you spin for it. It was the day she gets the golden paycheck. That was the idea. Because every day you'd get your paycheck and you'd spin, and you either get like a gray paycheck, which is less than what you get less sub minimum wage. But every, 1 in 25, you'd get a golden paycheck, and that's a big day. That's like 100x. You get a big day. And that was the idea of the story. It was an idea where everything is gambling. So you work your day, you spin the wheel at the end of the day and see what kind of paycheck you get. And obviously, on average, the person's getting paid sub-minimum wage. But a few people win, so everyone's like, oh, well, it could be me, so it's worth it. It's gambling civilization. Anyway, then she gets the 100x paycheck, and then it's following her through the rest of her day. And like, for example, like you gamble for the medicine you get, whether you get like the placebo or the real thing. You go to the hospital and you put in money. You can either, you can buy it outright, too expensive, or you can spin for it and get a placebo or the real thing. And it was like, that story that you just told is so close to my fictional, insane, dystopian Black Mirror episode that I was pitching. That's real life. That's crazy. I think gambling's so unique because it is just a human brain weakness that almost everybody has to a different degree. They have some part of your brain is like, oh, shiny light color, gamble, I have a chance to win, dopamine goes up. Some people have it terribly, right? And so we can't get it out of our brains. We're not going to evolve out the weakness to gambling in less than a millennia or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like this exists in our brains. We can't get rid of it. It's part of us as a species. And we've gotten better and better at exploiting it. Whether it's card packs and card games in 90s to, loot boxes and gotcha and video games now, to now entering the real world and gambling and parlays. And like, we're just better and better at constantly exploiting our dopamine rush from possibly gambling. It's crazy. Chibi gave proof. Let's see. What's this? Dude, that's fucking crazy. What a hit. What a rush. Yeah, dude, someone mentioned this. I didn't talk about this. Dude, all of the new shopping apps, like Temu, but other like Pinduoduo in China and all these, they've like built in gambling into the app itself to buying things from Amazon, basically. It goes like, and it gives you like little hearts and baskets and chests and things to get early shopping deals. And it's like they're constantly gamifying it to trick your brain. Chibi, what's up? Good luck on the spins, brother. Good luck on the spins. I hope you get the data pack. Thank you so much. I live off them. This is so wild. Dude, imagine going to the gas station and it's like, well, I can't afford gas, so I'll go for the spin. And you do the spin and it's like, do I get 1 drop of gas or do I get a liter? And you're just feeding money into them. You can't afford enough to get there, so you're feeding money in the machine hoping you hit it so you can get home. That's crazy. It's a dystopia.